Hello,
Welcome,
Internet people.
Welcome, Internet people. Thanks for joining us. It's sunny once again during the broadcast.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of time changes.
I don't like it either. I just pick one. I don't care which one you pick. Just pick one.
No, I've said this. I want it to get darker earlier,
What?
but then stay darker later.
Huh?
Like, so it gets dark around 5.
You can't have both.
But that's what I want both.
You got to choose one.
No, that's the one
Move to Alaska, bro.
There's no Disney there.
Actually,
when it gets darker earlier.
Like in the wintertime, like in New York and stuff, it gets dark at like
That's the
4
thing.
o'clock.
That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem with how time changes really work is that it's different for, like on the East Coast, it's different for North compared to South.
When we went to Virginia, we were actually in a valley, and it got really dark early because the mountains, like the sun would hit the mountains first, and I'm like, what the heck? It's like, how is it so dark already?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Florida, where it's like sunshine all the time.
With how time changes really work is that...
Is the live stream working, James?
Oh, hey guys, there's going to be a trailer for the Suicide Squad tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
When's that supposed to come out?
August 6th.
Wow.
I know that because the poster got released as well.
I'm looking forward to it. What'd you think of the Joker? What'd you think of Jared Leto reprising his Joker in...
I got a lot of thoughts on Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Okay.
Are we at liberty to speak openly and freely with that?
Yeah, I don't know why we do it on a theme park podcast, though.
Right, that's true. But you have a lot of... Okay. Let me ask you this so we don't have to get into the whole thing. Did you like it better than the original version?
Yes. Anyone that says no is wrong. It is a better movie than the Justice League.
I will agree with you with the visuals.
Uh-huh.
But Zack Snyder's dialogue is horrendous.
Okay, well, yes.
It is a fart in an elevator.
Okay, but it's still a better movie.
I want Joss Whedon's dialogue with Zack Snyder's visuals. Yes.
I didn't make a dialogue comparison. Here's what stood out for me. The villains. They did such a better job of building up the villains.
Well, they actually gave you a reason to care about any character in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and the villains are always DC's like weakest thing usually, other than the Joker, but they're terrible in these movies about building up a villain. It's just some generic big monster.
No, in Man of Steel they did. In Man of Steel they actually gave Zod a purpose. He wanted Krypton to come back.
Literally, Zod and the other two were like some of the greatest villains in history of time. If you screw them up as villains, you really, really, really did something wrong.
Yeah.
They're so easy to book. It's like bringing in like the best.
There was only one line from Justice League that I wish existed, and that was when Batman...
I know exactly what it is, but...
It's when Batman tells Flash, save one person.
Oh.
Because the Flash is like the weakest character of them because he never really does anything until the very end. Give him a little bit of like do one thing. Give him like one little hero moment. Mm-hmm. But that was,
See, the line that I was missing from the Joss version was when Superman looks down at Batman and he's still kind of out of his mind. He just woke up. And he's like, you won't let me live, and now you won't let me die. And then he tries to kill him. That line should have been in. They should have carried that line over. Mm-hmm. I just feel like Joss Whedon's dialogue, and I know everybody's like, oh, it's all funny and stuff, but they still used Ezra Miller's like dialogue that was kind of comedic, but then they put like...
Well, clearly that was originally shot. That was always there.
Yeah, but like his lines were like meant to be funny, and they put like this like ominous music behind it, and I was just like, this does not fit. Like the dialogue and the music, they just didn't go together.
They should just...
I liked it.
Did
you like Joker? What'd you think of Joker? What'd you think of Jared as Joker?
It was just
the nightmare.
It was just unnecessary.
It did seem unnecessary.
But
it's true.
It's a 5-minute dream sequence.
Yeah, I didn't really get
it. It serves no purpose at all.
I don't disagree unless they had a purpose of, okay, no, there really is an alternate, reality.
But
it's the only way it would make sense.
Well, it also would make sense if you're going to do another one, which they're probably not going to do.
No, I want Thanos to come. Thanos was there. He was right there.
Actually,
he kind of looked like Thanos, right?
Actually,
Darkseid. But I
like to call him Darkseid.
I don't understand how their villain just looks so bad. Mm-hmm. Like, why couldn't you have just made a practical version of Darkseid? their CGI just looks like PlayStation 3 graphics.
Dude, that scene where Zeus is fighting against Darkseid,
That's
I was just like, ooh, that is some horrendous. That's like
He did look like a PlayStation video
It looked
game
like
character.
a Gods of War commercial. That's an entire thing.
I don't understand because Steppenwolf looked great. It's like they blew their entire digital budget on Steppenwolf.
I just
got
wanna-
no more budget for these guys.
I want to know how that guy sleeps. Does he have to take that suit
Oh,
arm,
he's gotta
that
take
suit
that
off?
Well, he's got that little cod piece that
they're
hangs down.
they're constantly like pointy and moving and
Yeah,
stuff.
well, the one that hung down, it looked like his junk was hanging out the whole time.
I was not looking at the superheroes.
That's the first
genitals,
place
so-
I look every time. Every time.
We should start a
He's
podcast.
Brody Bruce.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Theme Park Podcast coming down in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Theme Park Podcast. It is Dickerman along with Jimmy D
Good morning, gentlemen.
and Scott Harris.
Good evening, gentlemen.
You know, it could be good morning, could be good evening, depending on where you're listening or when you're listening.
Exactly.
It's almost like we have our own multiverse.
It's the beauty of a podcast. You can listen to whenever you want.
Yes, we air on the radio in the morning. We record in the evening in the Tebow Gazebo.
Yeah, well, it's actually the Lauren Campbell Realtor.com studios inside the
Tebow Gazebo, yeah.
That's the longest name ever. That is literally. I will
That's
ask
some
you
iHeart stuff right there for
to
you.
get in.
No, it's
to
a
the-
concert venue in Tampa, an amphitheater.
Scott, when you came in through the entrance here of the Lauren Campbell Realtor Tebow Gazebo
.com.
.com studios
The .com, LaurenCampbell.com, Realtree.com.
No, let's not muddy the waters on our only sponsor.
When you came through the entrance there, did you pass through facial recognition or did you choose to opt out for the time being?
I put my finger on everything as I walked in.
Oh, so you went finger scan.
Yep,
Finger scanned your way into the premises here. No, that was is that the big story this week? Is the facial recognition coming to Disney World? Is that a concern? Are we excited? Is that bad? Is that good?
Hey,
I don't care for that.
anything
You're not
that,
a fan?
anything that speeds up the process of me getting into a park, I'm all on board with.
But will it, or will it just lead to more people going, "Well, I'm not doing that"? No. Is it gonna be that?
Well, let me guess. They have an iPhone that they look at to unlock,
Probably.
which is the exact same
Maybe.
thing.
Mine doesn't do that. I still have to do the finger thing.
Here's the thing. I've been to SeaWorld. Jimmy's been to SeaWorld. Dickerman, have you been to SeaWorld?
Yeah, I've been there since the pandemic has happened. I've been there recently.
And you know what? One of the best things about going to SeaWorld is the way they handle their temperature scans. Because you know what you do? You just walk past the thing.
Oh, that's true.
It. You just breeze right
that
on
thing
through.
doesn't work though, right?
Yes,
That's
it
not-
does.
That's
It's
not hooked up.
It's an infrared thing. You can look around and see that it's
It was
on.
like a two 2x4s like hooked together. They can't afford something that fancy. At
It was-
SeaWorld?
Well, Disney's got that fancy thing that you walk through
For
and you can-
security.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but to have that for a thermal scan it's the
How
exact.
does SeaWorld have the best scanner? How's that?
They
I mean, they have the least money.
They must have partnered with.
Well-
It's a resources thing.
They actually don't. They actually aren't hurting for money.
No, they're doing good.
No, well, their own. Well, for one, their stock prices are going through the roof. But two, they're owned by a a Chinese investment company.
Oh.
So they've got money. So they just invested, money into a good scanner.
Yeah,
Good for them.
Because you know what? It's less people you have to pay. If you just have to have 2 people manning that's better than 6 people with a thermometer.
Honestly, I saw one person manning it at
Exactly.
Busch
Yeah.
Gardens.
Yeah.
And she's just watching a screen and she's looking for those. They have the same thing at Amazon. They probably ordered it from Amazon.
They probably did.
But it makes you want.
It's on Prime Special right now. Should we get it?
It's the,
Treasure truck.
anything that you can do to speed up, because you know what happens when you have a temperature gun? People queue up. Then you have people waiting in line.
I have not waited in the temperature line. Personally, I've not been in a situation at Disney where like the line got backed up. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it happens.
Some parks.
Yeah.
Some parks. Like
Only once for me, and it was because we were trying to get Rise of the Resistance. Only reason.
I see it I see it through pictures all the time at Disney Springs. Because there's only one entrance to get in there.
I don't go to Disney Springs.
I don't-
I do not care for Disney Springs.
You do not want to go at rope drop.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I like to get a sandwich made with the buns of donuts.
That does not sound like it's good, like for you.
Why?
Physically.
No, it's delicious.
Donuts are very good for you.
If I'm eating at Disney Springs, I'm going to Earl's Sandwich and I'm getting the Thanksgiving deal,
See,
whatever that thing's called.
You you are underestimating the new things that they've added at Disney Springs. Everglazed donuts is amazing. And then they have Gideon's Bakehouse with cookies the size of Jimmy's dog.
I do want to try
25
those.
pounds?
Yeah.
I do want to try this, but I
Or
don't.
you can just go to Easton Market and you don't have to worry about anything.
That's probably the key, because I just Disney Springs, I can't handle it, man. I don't know what it is. Like, I had to go out to the eye area the other day. We went over for movies.
Had to. You decided to.
I decided to, okay? And I, like Jimmy had told me, Jimmy's like, people there is just like too much. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I got there, I'm like,
there's a lot of people.
Gracious. It's like crazy out there. It is bananas. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, I did not care for it.
No, you got to wear your pool noodle hat.
Yeah, you do. Like, nobody's wearing masks, and they're just, I don't know. It's just, it's you know, and that's how I feel. How Disney Springs is too. Disney Springs is just like, it's just chaos, constant chaos. But back to the facial recognition. So the story here is
they're testing it right now.
Testing it out. You don't have to go through it. But
Correct.
You can choose to go through it. And if you choose to go through it, they want you to go back through it the same way, right?
Yes.
Who's gonna choose to go through it?
I will.
Like,
it's fun.
I just don't want to go back through it again, because like I feel like it'll get bottled up because it's, you know,
whatever. Anything because too many times I've been at least when fingerprint scanning was a thing. Are you sure that was the right finger? No, I don't.
Always
I don't know. I
universal.
don't know. I've seen it at Disney too, or when somebody like, oh, I don't have a magic band. I only have this. Like, even with the pass holder line, I'm like, why? No.
You should know how to do this.
Exactly. I just want to get into the park. Don't make this any harder for me.
I always get in that line where it's like people that like the cast member has to raise their hand, and there's people check in and like, oh, why did I choose this line?
And the line your second choice line, it just zips right
yeah,
through.
there's like 100 people go through. It's like no problem.
There's the guy with the limp that was like 10 people behind me going through
oh yeah,
the park.
that guy had no issue going through.
He's already on Rise of the Resistance.
He got in no problem. But obviously, this is something that's going to be like eventually a permanent fixture, right?
Absolutely. We're going to see, and you know what? We're probably going to see this at all the parks.
And James, you're not a fan?
I'm not a fan because I just find that facial recognition technology does not work well.
Oh, I mean,
do you feel it's intrusive? I mean, it's kind of everywhere now, right? Like, right?
Yeah, but I remember Ybor City had spent millions of dollars to put that in so they could catch criminals.
Mm-hmm.
They caught exactly 0 criminals.
Nice.
And all the years and the millions of dollars that they put into it, they didn't catch anybody.
Wow.
Because it just didn't work.
Oh.
The technology has not caught up to where it's viable, and I'm just worried that this is one of those situations where it's non-viable, and it's just going to cause backups like we're talking about.
Here I think the situation might be that because the way they're taking, like Ybor City, they probably had it like on light poles or something, right? So here they're taking a dead-on shot of you right there, and they know what your facial structure is. We already see it on the coasters, right?
Absolutely,
we ride the coasters, and they'll get the shot. If you're riding Mine Train, well, how did they know to put that on my Magic Band? But they were able to, tag where your Magic Band was and your face on the thing, and it goes right to your app without doing anything.
Yeah, but that hasn't anything to do with facial recognition. It has everything to do with your Magic Band QR, like the
RFID.
RFID.
Well,
Okay.
for all we know, they could set it up in an area where you don't even have to queue up. They could have in the widest area, and it's just able to pinpoint really easily.
Because the question right now is since we're not scanning our fingerprint to go in, could Scott take Jimmy's Magic Band and walk into the park right now? That's the question.
I mean, theoretically,
do they have? But when he scans in, do they maybe have a picture? You don't even know that they have a picture, but they have a picture.
Well, I know they have a picture of my wife.
Yeah,
because she's gone through one time and she got the blue circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, "Can you show us your ID?" And they showed her, she showed them their ID, and then they took a picture of her with the iPad. So I'm like, I know that picture is attached to her file somehow.
And I think my wife did the same, but I wonder if now, since we've been doing it like this, because this was a new thing post-COVID, I wonder if now maybe they even said, all right, well, Jimmy has all these pictures and all these rides. Let's take the best, clearest shot of his face, and we'll attach it to his photo profile or his profile. So if we need to check, we know what he looks like. I don't know.
And
maybe not.
Here's the thing. They could test it and realize it doesn't work.
That's true, too.
They don't have to move forward with it.
I mean, they spent the money on the Magic Band system, so, why not test the system and see if it works?
Exactly, yeah. We all remember when Magic Bands first started, it was a little clunky at first.
Yeah.
That first couple of days, that first week, it was a little rough.
Well, they told us, I think, when we wanted to get them, you guys don't want these. It's a nightmare right now. We're like, yeah, we do.
You don't know what I want.
You don't know. Don't tell me what I want.
Shut up and take my money.
Well, speaking of Magic Bands, the Magic Mobile is being tested.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't
That's
like
just because it
change.
personally goes against you and your 87 Magic Bands.
Yeah, it does. Of which I use 2.
Exactly. Why do you have so many?
Yeah, they give me free ones, and I don't say no. I mean, why do you turn them down when they offer you free ones? When you
How many have you bought though? That you have?
I still haven't accepted a new free one yet.
I haven't
No.
accepted it since I bought my Forky one. I haven't.
I accept the free one, and then I did some premium ones when
Some.
we did the free ones for my wife and daughter.
Yeah, but you're buying a Magic Band you normally wouldn't buy, but you're getting it because no, it's a discount. It's a deal.
It's true. They tricked me into that.
Yeah,
The
you got
sons of
got.
guns.
They
They
didn't
got me.
trick
You
you
got
into.
got.
They didn't trick you into anything. You just fell.
Like I've always my child wanted a black Magic Band. They had that opportunity available if you bought the grumpy one, and she's always grumpy when we take her to Disney anyhow. So I got her the grumpy one, and I don't remember what I got my wife, but it was something because she never buys herself anything. So
Well, so Magic Mobile is being tested mainly for cast members right now.
so that's you just take your phone. Do you have to have the app open? Does it like bring up a QR
No,
code, or you
what
just hold your phone up
What
to
it does is when you make your reservation, you can add it to your wallet of your phone.
Your Apple Wallet, yeah,
And then
Oh.
you just swipe your wallet like you're
or your Apple Watch.
yeah. Like I don't know how when I went to the SEC championship game, that's exactly how the tickets worked.
Oh,
I didn't even have to open up my wallet. I just put my phone to their little tablet, and it just
did you have to wake it up, or you just like asleep? You just
No.
put it there. Just held
put
it
it right
against
to it, and it knew.
No, it's kind of a Bluetooth thing within. You can geolocate certain things on a phone to pick it up.
This is how the global banking system it will just crash at some point. Like all of a sudden, all the money in the world, just everybody's account goes to zero. Oh my God, what happened?
Make sure
Fight
to have
Club happened.
Make sure to have gold.
Find Tyler Durden.
Get the gold bars. It's just money's gone. I don't know what happened.
Permits have been filed for the Inclusive Jungle Cruise reimagining.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually looking forward to this.
Hey, I'm an update tour of the ride. You know, I'm
Yeah.
always fine with a ride update.
To be completed in early 2022.
Wow, that's pretty quick.
Are they going to do they have any?
They have not announced any closing dates for
Okay,
refurbishment.
because this is obviously going to be some kind of timeline. They're going to have to shut it down.
But it's also
drain
like,
the lake.
who knows? Well, who knows what all you're having to do? I mean, a lot of what they've talked about is just adding things to and changing the script. You might be able to do that over 2 weeks.
I would normally say yes because like what you were talking about, a few days ago when you said something about they were going to add some women to like some of the people that are in the
Yeah.
But for like a mannequin, yes. But they want to put a whole scene in with like monkeys overtaking one of the Jungle Cruise boats.
But that's something that you could just already have built and then put in.
I don't know.
You don't have to assemble it on site. Remember, they were able to move the paddle boat out, even though you guys don't understand how water works.
No, I'm the only one that doesn't
no, I
understand how
understand
water
how it
works. I just don't know where they put the water.
This is the guy over here that thinks they're going to get like 40,000 buckets to empty the Jungle Cruise.
I just want to know where the water went. Where
I
did they
told
drain it
you,
to?
it's a long hose, and then somebody siphoned it.
Just get it started like a water bed from back in the day. Just get the water out.
I don't know what a waterbed is.
Get it started.
You know
Oh,
it. Stop. Stop.
He probably doesn't. Did you ever see a waterbed?
No.
He never saw a waterbed.
I'll tell you a story about a waterbed off air.
Okay.
Okay.
Most waterbed stories are not appropriate for air. I'll just say that.
Nope.
The Main Street Confectionery is going to be closing because it's going to get a new look.
That means that's the one that's always crowded, right?
That's a
Everything
candy store right there in the front. Like when as soon as you go in on the right.
I
And
don't
they,
like that they're closing that. How are we supposed to go get candy right away when we get to the
They have
park?
a lot
You
of
go
good-
into any other store.
Yeah, but that's where they have the good gluten-free treats, though. I don't know. I haven't seen. They don't have a whole lot of gluten-free like sections throughout the theme parks.
The iconic location will soon receive a fresh new look, expanded layout with more room to shop, and interactive opportunities to customize your confections like never before.
Oh, so anytime you get custom, it gets more expensive. But,
Basically, yes.
but you can make some cool stuff.
Disney's refilled park passes for March and April.
Oh, so if you want to get a reservation, do it because they've been a little harder to get lately. Other than if you go after 2:00.
Dude, I went on Tuesday in the middle of spring break. We only waited like 30 minutes to get on Flight of Passage.
But did you already have a park pass?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. The park passes seem like they're
I
harder.
only got
to
it like
get.
a week ago, or a week earlier than that, though.
Yeah, it seems like you do. Yeah, like a week early. But yeah,
Fairly
spring break.
late.
Yeah.
And it does seem like the reservation system is going to remain.
For good.
I mean, Bob Chapek has said that it is actually a pretty good resource for them when it comes to figuring out staffing, and it's a really good gauge of how many people you need and what areas to open, and make sure to have open, or maybe open it a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Because a lot of times they stagger what areas of the park they open earlier in the day.
And honestly, we can use that to our advantage. Because if you're looking at the parks and you see that Magic Kingdom's sold out, you don't want to go anyway.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd rather that be my determination rather than go when it's like. Granted, you could always look and see. Oh, well, every ride is 90 minutes. I don't want to go.
Yeah, look at that too.
Yeah.
That's often our decider. All right, you want to go? Well, maybe let's take a look at wait times. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Or hell no, we're not going. It's 75 minutes for It's a Small World.
Safari was 10 minutes to walk on.
That's awesome. That's great when you hit the park like that.
I saw Jimmy, you're going to have to buy a new car. Did I see this correctly? Because of the upcoming Disney 50th anniversary celebration
have
specialty license plate.
Can you have more than one license plate on a vehicle?
Can you have a front and a back?
Not in this state.
No, but can you just have it?
Sure. No, I think actually that's illegal.
But it's the right. What if it's the right? It's the same thing.
They're the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do see people with like expired tags from other states on the front of their car.
Okay. Maybe you can do it.
Weird.
What is the deal? Because I only saw the picture, so I don't know what the story is here. Because normally when you get a license plate, like a vanity one, it's like it's yourself helping out a charity, like manatees or like
Yeah, but I don't know if you've seen. They have
something.
like a lot of sports teams. Like there's Orlando Magic, Miami Heat,
I haven't
UCF
seen that.
Knights, Orlando City. I believe is getting one as well.
Okay.
Well, I know, like with the University of Florida, the money goes to the scholarship fund.
Sure, the college. Yeah, help out the college.
And this one does go to a charity. It benefits Make-A-Wish of Central and Northern Florida.
I might be in then.
100% of the proceeds.
That's a great reason to buy that tag.
It's a great organization.
That's an organization I feel like everybody agrees, yes, they do great work, and I can't think of anybody who would be mad at Make-A-Wish.
No.
And you can you can purchase your pre-sale voucher for $25 at the same website where you renew your tags.
So you get the pre-sale voucher. Does that go towards the price of the thing?
I
I hope it does, because I don't want to pay $25 just to wait in line for it.
I believe it does. Yeah.
Okay, how much is this thing? How much does it cost? I've never had a vanity plate.
I haven't either.
Well, I have like a double vanity plate because I have the University of Florida tag, and then it's a custom tag.
Okay.
So I get like a double whammy. But I want to say like $45 for just for the
plate?
the Florida plate,
Okay.
the Gators plate,
That's every year?
every year.
I'm really cheap, but I really like that license plate. I'll have to think about this. I'm gonna have to think about this. Maybe we should get. Oh wait, I got it. Let's do a theme park podcast vanity plate of So we'll do like a theme park podcast like message on the thing. Double whammy.
What's our charity?
No, we don't do. We do the Disney, but we do it with TPP whatever.
TTPP.
Whatever.
TTP.
Yeah. See, I can't even do it. That's why we need it on a license plate. That's why we need it on a.
I think we need to buy a theme park podcast van and put it on that.
Let's get
Ooh,
a Lauren Campbell Realtor.com Studios Tebow Gazebo license plate.
I don't think you're gonna fit that on the tag. You got like
Jimmy used
you got
to-
like five characters.
Jimmy used to own a van. Why? Wait, we could have put this on your the van that you bought.
Dude, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
The van that didn't leave the parking lot.
No, it left the parking lot. I had it at my apartment for a while until my neighbors complained.
And you probably thought, why did I buy this thing?
Didn't you buy it for like $20
It
though?
was like $25. But why do I have this thing? Why did I keep this thing? What was I thinking?
I don't.
Of all my purchases.
Okay, somebody who buys crap on clearance at Walmart like it's his religion should not be.
I wasn't
lecturing me.
knocking you. I know the exact feeling. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, why do I own this?
Like I had such like delusions of grandeur, and then when I found out it was gonna be like $300 to register it, I was like, ooh, I need
Never
to
mind.
sell this thing. I don't want this.
He was gonna do like wall-to-wall carpeting, like do that like whole '80s thing, and like you open it up, there's a disco ball hanging down.
No, we
No, I want-
get a van and make it a mobile studio.
I want the van to look like the van from Onward.
That could be too. A mobile studio would be good because you know what? It would solve some of our problems because we leave everything set up in the van. If we didn't move it, then we
Yeah.
would just always everything would be set up every week.
Yeah, until somebody robs our van because they know all our stuff's in it.
Oh, great! We'll just put a sign on the outside: "Don't rob this van."
no recording equipment inside.
Yeah, please don't rob the
Free
van.
candy on the side and spray paint.
Yes, please don't rob us.
Gluten-free, sugar-free candy inside. Last little bit of news: Disneyland is announces expansion.
I was talking to Jimmy about this prior to the show off the air. I didn't think they had room to expand.
They've figured out an agreement with the city of Anaheim. It still needs to be approved by the city of Anaheim, but that's what they're going to work on.
They going to bulldoze some houses? What do they got over there? Mall?
I'm not sure how they're going to figure it out, but it looks like.
I know how, because it's California, and literally every business there has like gone out of business. So they're like, hey, look, all these empty storefronts. We'll just buy them up.
I mean,
Nobody's got a job anymore.
Wow.
They've said that it is not a third gate, so it is not going to be a third park, but rather an expansion of the existing 2 parks.
Okay, I mean, hey, if they found the room, that's great for them.
So now the question is going to be, what do they put in? Other areas are getting they're building Zootopia at Shanghai Disneyland, Tron here, and there's
Yeah.
already Tron overseas.
I could see Tron's.
So there's currently things that they could just copy and paste.
How about
right
our
in here.
Guardians coaster that we're getting at Epcot?
They already have a Guardians ride.
It's just a drop, though.
Yeah, no, but it's a pretty awesome drop.
I was jealous that they got that when they got that, but I'm so excited that we now have what we're getting.
Don't they both have the same name too? The drop and the coaster.
No, it's Mission Breakout is the drop, and Cosmic Rewind is the coaster.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really happy that we're getting what we got. I feel like we got I still want to ride the Mission Breakout, but I'm happy that we're getting that giant coaster.
Here's the thing: build a Frozen ride out there.
They don't have one?
They don't have a Frozen ride.
Huh.
Maybe give Rapunzel and Tangled a ride instead of a
He's always
bathroom.
pushing for Rapunzel to get something.
You know why? It's popular. It moved merchandise.
Hey, how about a Doug ride? How about an Up ride?
Fine, go ahead, build it. Yeah,
Something with a balloon.
they have a Soarin' out there.
Well, yeah, that's where Soarin' started.
Yeah.
Why haven't they made that giant balloon thing at Disney Springs into an up house?
Yeah. Probably they don't want to spend the money on it. Has the thing any good? Has anybody ever ridden that?
No.
I got a.
It's tethered, right?
Yeah, it's tethered.
No, it can free roam.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's tethered, but like, okay, you go up and you go down. It doesn't seem like it's very exciting.
I mean,
There's
I
no
can't argue.
center to it, so you
can
have to
look,
like.
you can look down.
Yeah, it's got to be a little creepy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's it like? $10 to ride that thing? $20?
I think it's like 20 something. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Groupon once for it, and we never used it.
Of all the Groupons I've not used, I bought and not used.
The thing that I'm surprised doesn't exist, and they just got rid of it here, considering how massively popular the character is a true Stitch ride. That movie's 20-something years old.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, we had the Stitch show, right?
Yeah.
It
But
was
not a
like-
ride. Give it a ride.
I could see it. I mean, especially in California, because Stitch was in Hawaii, right?
He was in Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they're close. Throw a rock, you hit Hawaii. If you throw it really far,
Yeah, 4,000 miles.
Exactly,
whatever.
yeah.
it's fine. It's 4,000 miles.
Do
It's
you
that
not know
far.
how?
I
Do you
could
not
throw
know?
it.
Do you know there's more ocean between California and Hawaii than there is land between Orlando and California?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, look, now you're educating me on geography. See that?
I don't think Dickerman's looked at a map anytime soon.
Well, I know this because I stared at a map for like 11 hours as
As you're flying over it.
Come
Yeah.
on. Are we there yet?
from
Come on.
Oahu to Dulles.
Oh my God! Can we get there, please? Please get us there. There was a deal. Flights are like crazy cheap right now. There was a deal to fly out of Florida from Orlando to Hawaii for like $300 the other day.
That's Hawaiian Airlines. They
They just added a.
This is the first time we have a direct flight from Orlando, Florida to Hawaii.
Really?
There's always been a stopover,
It
never
was,
direct
the
flight.
price was like, I'm like, how do they even do that? How do they even do that flight for that cheap?
Dude, when we were in Europe just before the pandemic, and this is before the pandemic, our flight from England to Portugal was $12.
What?
Yeah, I said to Lauren, I was like, I don't know, like I kind of want it to cost more because if it's this cheap, what are they doing to like make this affordable on their side?
Yeah, $12. Jeez, that's a heck of a deal right there. People are starting to travel again, right?
Yes.
And we're gonna start seeing people come down here again, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, they say hotels have been pretty busy this last couple weeks too.
I can see it.
Just for the record. So if you're going to the parks and it seems more busy,
It's
bottom
as it
line,
is.
it is. All right. Well, if you want to keep up with the show during the week with all these breaking news stories, Scott Harris always has them somehow. You can find us on social media at the Theme Park Podcast on both Facebook and Instagram. Twitter, it's The Theme Park Show. On YouTube, it's The Theme Park Tube. Are we still doing TikTok?
Still doing TikTok.
The
TikTok.
Theme Park YouTube.
Oh, son of a- I'll never get it right.
One day you will.
If you can find it, congratulations.
I hate
Please
you.
give
I
us a
hate you so
follow.
much.
Jimmy D and Scott Harris. Until next week, I'm Dickerman. We'll see you out at the parks.
All right, don't swear. We're still live on the air.
I'm the one you got to tell that because
Yeah.
I don't work in radio anymore. So now all of a sudden I forget all the rules.
Yeah, but you also work in a new place that you cannot swear. So
Oh yeah, we don't say bad words.
I bet you can't even say bad words.
It gets bottled up probably inside me. I guess
yeah.
So do you just like after your shift's over, you guys leave the bedroom? You know, you go in the bedroom or
you just
something.
find
you
a pillow and
filth, flarn, filth into the pillow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just eliminate all bad words from my vocabulary.
don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right.
Yeah, the things I've heard you say.
All right.
We didn't talk about who won the bracket.
No, because it won't be over with until
Oh, it's
next
not
week.
over yet.
Yeah.
Well, we are down to the final four, right? Or no, final two.
Two.
Who's in the championship?
Disney Quest and Wet n Wild.
Really?
Yes.
So Disney Quest beat Pleasure Island.
Disney Quest beat Pleasure Island and Wet n
Wow.
Wild beat Mystery Funhouse.
All right, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, you called it, man, with Wet n Wild making it to the finals.
I think they got this. People loved it.
I think you're right.
It was part of our life.
All right, I have a question, a theme park question for you guys, just like we did
you-
changing a ride.
Are we going to reset this, or do you just crash into it on the second segment?
I mean, he should at least start it.
We can
Yeah.
do it like, hey, look at
Okay.
that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And
All
then
right, come on, blah, blah. Let's do this.
we can talk about this speculation horror night map.
All right, part 2. Theme Park Podcast bonus show. Coming in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the bonus online edition of the Theme Park Podcast. It is Dickerman, Jimmy D, and Scott Harris here with you still.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi
Hello.
this is a little bit more free form.
Yes, if you're watching us on our Facebook live stream, it just is 10 seconds after we finish the other show, basically.
Thanks for sticking around.
So for this show, we've got a couple things to get into. Scott Harris is talking about this map that he has.
Well, it's not that so
He
there,
made it in Photoshop himself.
I wish I was that good at Photoshop. So there's as I have theme park Twitter up at all times. There's an account called HN Nightmares. So Horror Night Nightmares.
Okay.
It's a fan site dedicated to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando and other Florida-based Halloween events.
Okay.
So they cover a bunch of things like that.
Spooky Empire.
Spooky Empire, Haunted
Busch
Road,
Gardens,
which we
Hallow
did.
Scream,
Yep.
yeah, Haunted Road, sure.
So they released
Drive.
Drive. Oh, don't forget a Petrified Forest.
Petrified Forest, absolutely. So every year they release a speculation map for upcoming horror nights, and this week they released their first volume.
It looks so real.
It really does. Whoever they have doing this did a very good job. We talked about it a few weeks ago. Obviously, we know that there's going to be a Beetlejuice house,
Yes.
and they're deeming this Halloween Horror Nights 30. So we're just continuing that.
Just rolling on because you know what? 30's a big one. You don't just want to skip it.
Yes,
Quick
James.
question for you. On the map, does it say Beetlegeist or Beetlejuice?
Juice. It's the logo.
So with the J.
Yes. It's the logo that they use for the movie.
Okay, because like when you go to the store, and you get the
Tombstone.
the tombstone says Beetlejuice here, and it's
Yeah.
got the Beetlegeist, and that's when they have the Halloween Horror Nights 30 preview merchandise.
Yes. Which I don't know how much is left of that.
Hey, if it's getting scooped up, good for them.
Yeah,
And
I'm mainly just mad because I haven't had time to go scoop up some for myself.
Luckily for you, like I wear the most common size in the world, so it's always the first size to sell out. But you wear like a medium or a small, and there's always medium and small.
Oh yeah,
left
we
over.
were at movies the other day. It's like they had a small and a 5X left. I'm like, okay, good choices here. Thanks, guys.
So they speculated. We can go through the houses that they're speculating on. So during Halloween Horror Nights Light, as everyone called it, there was the Bride of Frankenstein Lives house.
Mm-hmm.
and then there was the Revenge of the Tooth Fairy house.
And you think those are going to come back?
I mean, it makes sense for those two to come back. They've already. I mean, they might change, tweak things that may or may not have worked successfully, or any things you can improve. Technology improves all the time. And then they have the Beetlejuice house. Another house that they have teased, and they've actually released some promo stuff for on Peacock, was this puppet theater captive audience. So that's which is like which they licensed from a European company to bring over here.
Puppets are creepy. I will give them that. There's never been a situation where a puppet has been creepy.
Well, puppets, yeah, like you said, puppets are creepy.
They're weird. Them and clowns.
So there's those 4 that we kind of already knew about. Then the other ones, a Texas Chainsaw Massacre house.
Okay, this is speculation here.
Yes, yes.
Have we done a Texas Chainsaw Massacre house in years gone
They
by?
have, yes.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
Then there's a Halloween Horror Nights Icons Captured house, which they usually do some form of every kind of milestone where they put a bunch of the mascots over the years into one house. So it'd be like Jack and Eddie and the director and all of the people, all the figures that we've seen from houses.
The vision in my head when you said that was that scene in Cabin in the Woods when they get to that room where it's all the villains,
All the
like,
monsters.
all behind the glass. Yeah,
I finally watched that last year.
great movie, right?
It's a really good movie.
Great movie.
I'm mad that I slept on that movie.
Yeah, great movie
For so long.
Cabin in the Woods is awesome.
Was that the one where it's like sort of like a game show or something?
A little bit. They're running like basically. I mean, they're these people
controlling
that
the environment.
They're controlling the environment. Yeah.
And those 2 guys are hysterical, and the ones that are like in the control room.
Yeah.
Thor's in that, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's like that's like the first. It's like that in
Thor's-
Star Trek.
Yeah. Is it Thor or is Thor's brother?
No, it's Thor. It's Thor
Thor?
proper.
Okay.
Thor proper.
Thor proper. Then we have Welcome to Scary Horror in the Heartland. So this would be an original house.
Like you're in Idaho or something?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if that means a cornfield's
like a
coming back.
nightmare.
Don't know if a cornfield's coming back. But then we also have Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin.
And we will mention that this is all speculation.
All
by the way.
speculation.
Yes,
of course,
merely
yes.
a speculation. Now, how do they come up with this one? Like, Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin. That's very specific.
I don't know. You walk through a pumpkin patch and there's stuff going on. There's pumpkins.
I'm just-
There's always that area of the pumpkin patch
Yeah.
that you have to walk through. That Jimmy
The scare zone.
The scare zone. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this would be a house.
I'm just saying their prediction here is very specific.
which
I know.
which is like, what do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, who do you know?
Then there's The Haunting of Hill House, which I don't know if either of you guys have watched on Netflix.
I meant to watch that, but I didn't.
I know people that have watched it love it.
That was a horror movie like in the 80s, I think.
There was that, but this is the one that I believe it will be tying into the Netflix miniseries that they've done 2 versions of. There's The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor.
I'm really
Okay.
surprised that there isn't anything Stranger Things, being that this is probably the last go around for
Well,
Stranger Things.
Who knows when this new season's going to come out? I mean, they're still filming right now, so they might just not want to do anything that could be a spoiler. And then the last bit is Creepshow. Do you guys remember Creepshow?
Well, Creepshow's been redone recently.
Creepshow is a series on Shudder right now.
Yeah. Do you still have Shudder?
I just got rid of it. I was being charged for it for a few months because I forgot to cancel
I
it.
hate it when I do that.
I love Shudder. Shudder's fantastic. There's so much good content on Shudder.
Yeah, you just only have so many streaming products at once.
How many Columbia House CDs did you end up with?
I never got to do Columbia House because when I would send in my choices, they'd be like, "No, your choices are terrible." And they would just send it back and say, "We can't serve you as a customer."
But the Creepshow, which has been brought back in 2019 on Shudder, their second season premieres at the beginning of April, and this is a horror anthology that was created by Stephen King and George R. Romero, who's the godfather of zombies.
Yeah, original Creepshow was good. It was really good.
And people love the new version of Creepshow as well. If
I
you
haven't
have
seen it.
Shudder.
Actually, I think I DVR'd a few episodes because they aired on.
They were at
FX or
AMC,
something.
yeah.
Oh, AMC.
Because
Okay.
AMC owns Shudder. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of their speculation on some of the house, and then the scare zones would be, a 30th anniversary scare zone, a creep show, a best of scare zones area.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which one would be the chainsaw area because they have to have something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or a purge area. 'Cause
Yeah, I love the Purge area. That's always fun. I would like to see them do something a little realistic for 2020, maybe like an unemployment office, like zombie breakout or something.
Okay, if we're already living that in our real lives, I don't need to pay to go do it.
True, but yes. Just a thought. Just, I mean,
Well, it'll be like a grocery store scene where the guy refuses to wear a mask and gets into a fight with the.
No, it's
bag boy?
it's you have to call customer support for the unemployment system, and you're just on hold for 8 hours.
yeah, all those things that so many people live through.
Unfortunately, yes. So,
I'd rather close my head in on my car door.
but that is speculation for Halloween Horror Nights 30.
All right, all sounds good. I mean,
I will say I think there should be, I don't know if there will be, but there should be something with Stranger Things, and I think there needs to be a little bit more of like a best of feel to this. Because 30 is a huge milestone.
Is it? I don't know. I haven't reached 30 yet.
sure you have it.
I do believe you're eligible now for a vaccine.
Not yet.
Is
Not
there,
yet. Not until the beginning. Not until the beginning of April.
Is there anything that you guys can think of that like is obvious? Like, hey, we could do this. Like, there's something like that just jumps out at you, or even something that maybe like is outside the box that they haven't considered yet. Like, I guess this would be too hard, but like, would a Jurassic Park like scare zone or Jurassic
they
Park
did that.
sort of
they
house?
did that. They did it when it was at Islands of Adventure.
Really?
Yeah, they did it one year.
Yeah, and it was when it was like hybrid dinosaur people. It was like an island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, yeah, that.
Mashup.
I was more Jurassic Park, but I figure it would be difficult to do dinosaurs.
The thing that I am surprised, and it might just be a resources thing, is some kind of an escape room.
They did a horror movie called Escape Room.
They have it. It was very successul. They're making a sequel to it.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I mean, it's just like that would just bog down so much.
Yeah, because
It would have to be like a separate ticket.
You have to find a way to make it clever. Yeah, but there's got to be a way to get around it too.
Do you remember they did the augmented reality a few years ago
No.
at Halloween Horror Nights? Yeah, they had one house, and it was a separate ticket, and it was like an extra cost, and you had VR goggles and the whole 9 yards.
I don't think I got to do that.
Yeah, I never got to do it either. I'm not even sure where it was in the park, but they were somewhere. They were
Must
doing
not have worked out so well because they didn't do it again.
They never brought it back after that 1 year. I mean,
the thing that would, you just we talked about this a few weeks ago, but like the movies, like figure out something for Jordan Peele. Figure out there's a new Saw movie
what about
coming
A
out.
Quiet Place? The new A
I
Quiet
told
Place
you
is
that'd be
coming
great
out.
if
Yeah.
you did a silent, house. It would be amazing.
Yeah, and like maybe like little things in the house where like if somebody steps in the wrong place, it makes a noise and people come out. And
I always joke about this working in radio. We both know this, or all three of us know this. There's nothing scarier than true silence because it means something went wrong.
yeah,
In the grand scheme of things, silence is bad.
technically it would be super hard to do, but like if you ended up being the person that made the noise in the house, you get pulled out and have to go out like multiple exits throughout the thing. So like you can get kicked. So if you make it to the end, like it's like some sort of victory, but you could get pulled out one of any like 10 different exits, but it would probably be impossible to route that.
I'm sure they could figure something out.
That'd be fun.
That would
Very
be.
I don't know how you
Challenging,
do that without touching the guests.
Yeah, because you have to physically steer them out, and then people would be jerks and be like, "I'm not doing it."
That's something that Universal should consider. Maybe there's like one house they can do where you have to sign a waiver, and it's just like the ghost pepper of haunted houses.
Well, what if it's something like you're making because like we've been in houses, there's usually an employee in there kind of staggering people so they don't go too far. Even in a non-pandemic world, they try to back it up. So if there's just multiple paths where it's like there's a team member that's like, no, you have to go down this path now. Like they have an earpiece or something and somebody's monitoring.
Universal, you want to impress me? You have to kill me in one of these houses.
Or if they had like sliding doors, which would change the path. Of
Absolutely,
the house.
yeah. That would be amazing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that movie that they did? The horror movie that had like
Cube.
Not Cube. Cube was fantastic, but
I don't
this
think I
was
saw that.
It was like a glass house or something, and people went in.
Oh,
it
Glass
and-
House, Lily Sobieski. Yes, I remember that from the 90s.
No. He's talking about 13 Ghosts.
Is that it? 13
With Matthew
Ghosts?
Lillard
Yes,
and
that's it. That's the one. 13 Ghosts.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen 13 Ghosts?
Somehow I've seen The Glass House with Lily Sobieski, but not 13 Ghosts.
I
Stop
mean,
bringing that up.
13 Ghosts isn't great, but for what it is, it's a good watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good watch. Matthew Lillard, wish that guy had a better career. He did not get the credit he deserved.
Yeah.
He kind of dropped off after the Scream movies, right?
Yeah, after
No.
Stu, he just wasn't the same.
No, he's a fantastic Shaggy, but I feel like that did something to his career.
Anytime you go in that direction, you never know what's going to happen.
Although apparently people loved him on Twin Peaks.
What?
He popped up on Twin Peaks when it came back.
And he's on Good Girls.
He seems like he's doing okay.
I don't know what Good Girls is.
It's a show. It's a movie. Do you watch Superstore?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch anything on broadcast.
It's in that same universe because Cloud9 is like the Walmart and Superstore, and Cloud9 shows up in Good Girls, and I can't remember the actresses' names, but they basically they get into a spot where they're in dire straits, so they start robbing grocery stores.
Oh, that's the one with like Christina Hendricks from Mad Men, and is
Is she the redhead?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
her. And Matthew Lillard plays her husband in that show.
Gotcha. Can I ask you guys the theme park question, which might make you guys have to think, which
Oh,
for one of
boy.
you might not go well?
That does not usually go good for me.
He just called us stupid.
No, I said one of you.
It's not going to me.
If
I
you
feel like
could,
he's talking to me.
if you could take one thing from a theme park and it's yours to keep, but you have to be able to carry it, what would you pick?
Oh, I guarantee Jimmy already has an answer for this.
this question
Jimmy's
that
already thought about this.
that
I
I've-
know there's a lot of things Jimmy wants from the parks. There's a trash can. There's a.
Oh,
there's a-
yeah.
there's
you
a
have
mat,
to
there's a
have to be able to
rug.
carry it though.
Oh, that's fine because I'm going to open up that front panel and dump out that trash bag, and I'll wear it and walk out with that trash can.
You want to take a trash can?
Yeah, I want an Adventureland trash can for right in here
How heavy?
in our studio.
That would look cool. How heavy are the animatronic people? Like,
Are you seriously wanting to take the redhead?
how'd you know?
Because I've been working with you for years.
Okay,
want. He wants the redhead.
Can
This
I
we can-
cancel him?
Yes, you're officially canceled.
Why would you not take that? You said we could carry it.
What are you going to do with that?
It's the red. You put her right in the greet people to come into your home.
You don't invite people to your
What's
home.
the,
That's true.
El Machina thing.
Ex Machina.
Yeah,
Ex
that one.
Machina? You want to? This going to ex Machina your house?
I haven't seen that movie. I just assume it's a.
I would.
It doesn't end well for Bill Weasley.
Yeah, I would take the redhead.
I mean, we're speaking animatronics. I'd take BB-8 from Rise of the Resistance.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
I'd actually take the one from the meet and greet because that one's got controls to it somewhere where you can like make him move and like interact with him.
Is he different than your BB-8? Because you got a BB-8 that rolls around, right?
Yeah, I still haven't put batteries in it.
How long have you had it?
I've been asking Jimmy to put batteries in this thing for like years now. Like, can we play with this? No.
I mean,
No, that's not even why. I just haven't done it.
I know one thing. Actually, no. The one thing that I would truly take.
The shark, the big jaws shark.
I can't carry that though. I can't carry Bruce.
What if it's hollow?
It's still heavier than anything.
Well-
The three of us probably would struggle with that.
Nah, maybe two. If we could carry Bruce.
Do you mean to look up how much a great white shark weighs?
Nah, that one might be hollow. I don't know how heavy it is. or not.
I will say I'm pretty like 90% sure it's just a neoprene skin on a plastic shell.
There you go.
Just take the skin. You could carry that.
No,
Wear
wear
it.
The thing,
Wear the skin.
the thing I want, it's the statue of Mr. Toad from the Pet Cemetery just outside of Haunted Mansion.
I don't know if I've ever noticed that he's there.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I would take Pluto costume or a Doug costume. There you go.
That'd be cool.
Take the Doug costume out
Take
of Animal
Kevin.
Kingdom.
Doug, if I got the Doug costume though, it would look like Bill Dotrey in that episode of King of the Hill where he dressed up as Santa for like
But kept
the whole
wearing
year.
it every day.
Yeah, he kept wearing it every day, and there's like chili stains all over it because everybody was excited at Christmas time, but then he keeps wearing it because he wants the attention still. That's how my Doug costume would look.
The average weight of a great white shark, and granted this is a real shark. Do you want to guess?
2,000 pounds.
2,000.
You're just about right, yeah.
2,000.
1,200 to 2,400 pounds.
Wow. It's heavy. It's a big shark.
Also, it's like the thing is like 12 feet long. You're not
Yeah.
gonna be able to carry that.
Those guys are in good shape too because they're always swimming, so it's not like they're fat. They're just like they're ripped.
Yeah, well, even when they're sleeping, they're swimming.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Sharks are ripped, man.
Like,
They're always exercising.
Your brain works in a very interesting way.
I get worried about him sometimes, if I'm being honest.
Anything else to take from the parks? I'm running
Well-
through. I wouldn't mind taking that baby Groot that you can meet with Star-Lord. He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just running through the various attractions in my
Yeah.
head right now. There's a lot of stuff over in Galaxy's Edge. I mean, I would like to play Supermarket Sweep in Galaxy's Edge, where they just give you a cart in 60 seconds.
Okay, I'm talking about a thing. I'm not talking about looting a store.
I know. I'm just saying. I get Supermarket Sweep it there.
I would like to keep DJ Rex. That'd be rad.
Yeah, that'd be. See,
could carry
that's what
him.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, he's carryable. He's definitely carryable.
It just depends upon how much of him is like, because you only see him and like the top half of him in this, because he's in front of his console mixing music. Like how much of him goes down into like the mechanics part.
I remember for a while they had a Wally that actually went through the park.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm going for that guy.
How about the?
And he's like a mobile trash can.
How about the guy that's the same species as Admiral Akbar that drives Rise of the Resistance?
Oh, Commander Beck.
Commander Beck, yeah. How about you grab Commander Beck?
Well, I mean, he might need to be rescued. He is stuck in that escape pod.
Yeah, he made it out, though.
He did, yes.
How about the Ray hologram? That technology's cool, right?
How do you take a hologram?
Well, I don't know. Whatever the
Come
technology
on, Ryan
is.
Gosling from Blade Runner 2049. How do you take a hologram?
I don't know. I don't know how they make it work. Is there a piece of glass in there?
You really make my head hurt sometimes, and I'm not the only one.
You wouldn't want a hologram in your house that you just fire up at any point.
What, and then what? Talk and have it say, "Welcome to Resistance, my
Yeah.
friend."
Anytime somebody comes to your house, hold on. Let me fire up the hologram.
I mean, in your scenario, I want to take the X-wing from Rise of the Resistance.
I was
Carrie,
just
that's too big.
I was just at Kennedy Space Center this weekend.
You want to take the space shuttle?
Well, yes, but they have started instituting holograms, like the Ray hologram.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a display, you walk up to it and you press a button, and then the astronaut like steps forward and starts talking to you, and it looks awesome.
This is the technology I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for our
Yeah.
phones to be able to do holograms. I want to live
But
in the hologram world.
It is light reflected onto glass, so it's not like a free form hologram yet. We're not quite there with that kind of technology.
We'll get there at some point. You'll be able to do the Princess Leia. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I want a spacesuit then from Kennedy Space Center.
They probably have those. I mean, they're probably
Like-
on display.
Yeah,
I think I'm the right height to also fit in one.
Well, Massimino, like Mike Massimino, he goes by Mass. That's his astronaut nickname or whatever. That dude's like 6'4".
Yeah,
I'm
but but for the most part, that's kind of pushing it. At least it used to be.
he's a big dude.
I don't care if it's like a space shuttle suit, if it's an Apollo suit. I just want a space suit.
Like, I mean, I know you'd fit in like Tom Cruise's flight suit from Top Gun.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they had that at Planet Hollywood for a while, and I swear I looked at it and it had like a children's medium in it.
That's a good point too. Talking about stuff you can get in the parks over in that area of Hollywood Studios, where you go through like One Man's Dream. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, and they've got some
That's true. They got like all those
costumes.
prototypes and stuff.
They've
yeah.
got prototypes. They've got costumes from the movies. There's some Guardians of the Galaxies, set worn clothes and stuff.
You know
I think
what?
Star-Lord's blasters are in there.
I would kick over one of the touch points and take that with me, so I could just like bing, anywhere I went.
Every time you get
Anytime
home, Jimmy, are you home? Ding ding.
By the way, speaking of props, they have opened up the new store over at City Walk.
Oh, real talk, real quick about what you were just talking about. I want one of the lanterns from Animal Kingdom. As you're walking up, they have like posts, and there's a lantern that hangs off of it, and they have the silhouette etched out of the metal of like all the different animals that are in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is the dragon.
Yes, for
the-
Beastly Kingdom.
that never got made.
Yes.
So I want one of those lanterns, and I also want one of the park benches that has that same
The outline,
silhouette,
yep.
like laser etched into the back of it.
Could they
I
still
want
make
both those
that
things.
part of the park, the dragon situation?
I mean, if they're gonna make if they're gonna expand Disneyland, then thank you Disney Plus, they might be able to.
They basically already did with Avatar. I mean,
No, we want dragons.
the Ekron is basically a dragon.
It
No,
is
he
kind of a
doesn't
dragon.
breathe fire.
Oh my god.
We could add fire to it. There's
I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen in Avatar 2, 3,
That's
and
right.
4.
They're
'Cause
coming out.
When are they coming out?
I don't know.
Avatar 2 was supposed to originally come out last year. That was when it was. That was when it was originally scheduled to
Are
come
we-
out.
No, it was originally come out like 4 years ago. It was
Bill
like
and Ted.
2017 or
Yeah,
something.
Bill and Ted used to make fun of Avatar never opening. It's
I'm not convinced that Avatar 2 will ever exist at this point.
yeah. I don't even know if there's any demand for it.
Oh, I want it. I want it bad. Sivako.
I haven't watched. I haven't even had an inkling to watch that movie.
Dude, you should
Ever?
watch the director's cut.
No,
16 extra-
no. I'm not doing any more. I'm not doing any more director's cut, new
It's the
versions.
Snyder cut.
No, I'm not doing any of this. I've subjected myself to this too many times.
Now, Snyder Cut gave us even a little taste of the Green Lantern, which I was happy to see.
There was a Green Lantern in the the Wheaton version.
Was there?
Yeah, there was.
Did they
It's-
make mention of
And
it
that-
too?
No.
yeah, and that same. Well,
They say no. There's no lanterns here, and you see him in the initial
Oh,
battle.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah, he's-
remember that.
But he's not as much of a focal point as it was in this one.
okay.
So over at City Walk, they've redone the main store in City Walk. That's the one that's like the standalone store.
World of Disney.
It's like it's basically their world of Disney, but at Universal,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got my wires crossed.
and it's now being called the Universal Legacy Store, and it is full of props from all throughout the history of Universal.
So, like real props from like years gone by?
Yes.
And they're very expensive, I imagine?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember the cow that they had in that prop
Yeah,
shop?
yeah, the little prop shop, yeah.
Yeah, he was like $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? How about a grenade launcher from the Jaws ride?
How much?
And you can no, they're just props inside of it. It's not like you can buy it.
You can't buy them.
They're
Oh, you can
stuff
just see them. Okay.
You can see them.
Oh, okay, so it's just like a
Oh.
museum.
Basically, yeah, it's a museum within a store.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, they've got like Amity, a bunch of the stuff from Amity, the harpoon gun, Doc Brown's outfit from the Back to the Future ride,
You could
Cool.
take that.
the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2, which used to be inside the ride. All of that stuff.
There was a rumor going around when they were closing down the ride that they were auctioning off the vehicles, the ride vehicles.
Oh, you wanted one. I know that.
This is DeLorean, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy wants any version of a DeLorean.
Last year, before the pandemic, for my birthday, my wife took me to the DeLorean dealership here in Orlando.
Why would she do that? Because she knows.
That's like poking a bear.
Yeah,
No,
she
no,
knows.
no, no. She knows how important getting a DeLorean is to me, and it just has to be the right time for that. But it was just so much fun to just be there and interact with those cars. And the owner was there because they were doing some kind of like workshops and stuff, and he just gave me basically a personal tour of everything in the store and showed me like this giant wall like with pictures of the factory in Ireland where they built the cars, and it was just so cool.
DeLoreans are hard to get into. That's what I remember about a DeLorean. When we had that one at the studio that one time.
Well, that was also a time machine, which has got a bunch of extra crap in it that
Okay.
a regular DeLorean doesn't normally have.
All right.
So I'm not saying it's. I'm not going to say it won't be hard to get in and out of it because it's still a low riding sports car.
It's like when you have to lose weight to ride a roller coaster ride. I got to drop some pounds so I can ride in a DeLorean.
But like I think John DeLorean himself was like 6'2", so
Okay.
I'm like, all right, they at least built it big enough for him to get into it. So
So yeah, you can go check out some legacy stuff at City Walk.
Okay. All right. Are we going to wrap it up then?
Let's
well,
wrap-
I just wanted to just one real quick tip about because we did our anniversary at Animal Kingdom. The Nomad Lounge is probably the most. It's like a hidden gem. It's right there, hidden in plain sight, and basically,
Where is it at? In Animal Kingdom?
plain sight.
If you're heading to was it
Pandora?
Pandora, the world of Avatar, before you get there, on the right, there is a restaurant called Tiffin's.
Yes.
I've
And
seen
then-
that.
Attached to the side of Tiffin's is what's called the Nomad Lounge. And it's like right at that bridge, just before you cross over into Avatar Land, there's a bridge there.
Okay.
Just before that is the Nomad Lounge. You go in there, and you can't get a reservation. So what I would recommend is like as soon as you get to the parking lot, you can join the wait list, and then they'll send you a text message when your table's ready. You only got 10 minutes to get there, and they're very strict about it. They'll give your table away. But the food was awesome. And it's all small bites. They're like, I mean, you could order other food off of like Tiffin's menu and have them bring it to you over there, but they're all like small bites. Nothing that you would eat, Dickerman,
Yeah,
because there's no chicken fingers or anything.
I
but
want
it's
chicken
all,
fingers and nachos.
yeah, no, this is all like exotic foods. But the alcohol drinks, they do a very nice heavy pour with those. And then we sat there and we watched every single boat go by with all the characters on
Yeah.
it. We saw them all.
I I'm in favor of the cavalcades.
Yeah. They need more is what they need.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we saw Pocahontas. We saw
Chippendale,
Chippendale dressed as dinosaurs. It was
Donald, Daisy.
Donald and Daisy, Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto.
Well, the thing is, they have all
Then
these.
just the drummers.
They have all of these characters that they only use for like not so scary. Bring them out.
Where's Doug and Mr. Fredrickson?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Where's Carl?
I
Did he die?
Stop. Just stop.
He's old.
Oh my god, we should just wrap this up now.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, we should mention we're in the final round.
Yeah, vote in our bracket contest.
You still have a chance to win those SeaWorld tickets.
You still have a chance to win the SeaWorld tickets.
And our final two are.
Wet and Wild is going up against Disney Quest.
There you go. Wet and Wild, I think top seed from the beginning makes it to the finals.
Yes.
So we'll see how it shakes out. But if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. If you didn't vote in this round, vote again because it does up your chances of winning.
Absolutely.
And you can find that at thethemeparkpodcast.com.
And on it's pinned on our Facebook page as well.
Pinned on the Facebook page at The Theme Park Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, The Theme Park Show. On YouTube, it's The Theme Park YouTube.com.
Good job, buddy.
All right, and it's on TikTok too at The Theme Park Podcast.
Yes.
Apparently,
Yes.
I've never been. I wouldn't know.
I know.
Are we on Discord? Are we on there?
I don't know. I should have bought into Discord though.
I don't even understand what Discord is.
Yeah, that's how you know you're getting old.
All right. Well, for Jimmy D and Scott Harris, I'm Dickerman. Until next time, we'll see you out at the parks.
Stay on Facebook, old man.
I don't even like Facebook. Get back to MySpace.
I don't know why. I just thought about that Jeff Bezos meme I sent you guys.